Hi, my name is Anne, and thanks for joining me at home with Imagine If. If you've known me for more than about 5 minutes, then you know I am a caver. And what is one thing that a caver has lots of? Flashlights and headlamps. Whenever anyone goes into a cave, besides wearing a helmet, each person has to have at least 3 sources of light. You can see I have 2 just on my helmet alone. So when the power went out after a storm at my house, I got my flashlights and collected some books that were meant to be read by flashlight. Having no electricity is no problem for these books. This is how they're meant to be read. The first one I want to read to you is called Nighttime Fairies. And you can see in this style of book, the pages are clear. See, I have a piece of paper. The pages are clear with some black, so that the light can shine, the light of the flashlight will shine through the clear parts, but not through the black parts, and it'll cast a shadow. These are called bedtime shadow books. So if you like this style of book and you want to read one just like it at home, ask us to put a bedtime shadow book on hold for you. Now, to read this book, I had to tape, usually my headlamp looks like this, but that was making the pictures too blurry. So I ended up taping it and just leaving a little pinpoint in the middle so that make my LED flashlight be more of a single source of light. So if you take one of these books, have it at home, and the pictures are blurry, try doing that to your flashlight. And your light will be more of a single beam. Okay, I'll turn the camera around, get my flashlight out, and let's get ready to read in the dark. Nighttime Fairies by Heather Zschock, illustrations by Martha Day Zschock. It's a bedtime shadow book. Use a flashlight to shine the images on your bedroom wall. So let's see if I get my flashlight. If you'll be able to see the pictures. There it is. When you close your eyes to sleep, the fairies wake without a peep. They gently shut the curtains tight and fly out in the dark of night. They gather moonbeams way up high and scatter them throughout the sky. With their special wands of light, they add some twinkling stars so bright. They guide the sailors on their way and help them to the gentle bay. The ship has docked, the crew is home, the fairies once again will roam. They like to watch the mermaids play and scatter stardust on their way. They sprinkle magic on the land, the pixie dust turns into sand. With the birds they dance and sing, through the night their voices ring. They settle them upon their nest and whisper songs of gentle rest. They gathered drops of golden dew and water flowers peeking through. They paint the gardens oh so bright to burst with color in the light. And when the night begins to fade, the rays of sun come on parade. The fairies Yawn. Oh, and fly away as you wake up to greet the day. The end. And there's the starry night. I like the rhymes in this book, and I also really like the shadow pictures. My next book that I want to read is by Hervé Tullet, who also wrote some of my other favorite storytime books. He wrote Press Here, which is a super fun interactive book, and Hervé Tullet also wrote Mix It Up, which is another interactive book in which the author pretends to have the reader mix up colors on the pages, and the colors of the paints mix and form darker and darker colors. I'm going to read this next book by Hervé Tullet, Game of Light, with a special flashlight that I have. And you can see this flashlight has a white light in the middle, which you'd expect, but then around the edges it actually has 4 other colored lights. One of them is ultraviolet, and I won't use that one today, but I've got a red light, a green light, and a blue light. And it ends up making really cool effects. And I'll show you what it's going to do before I start reading the book once I turn the camera around. The Game of Light by Hervé Tullet. And I'm going to read it with this flashlight that shines white, but it also does colors. There's just the green light. There's just the red light. There's just the blue light. And when I put blue and green together, it gets brighter. Take green off, put blue and red together, it gets lighter, sort of a purpley. All right, turn blue off, turn red on. Now when I add green to red, I get sort of a yellow. It's very much brighter. And then if I add all 3 of them, those 3 mixed together in the center there, it's almost white. So see if you can watch them mixing together while I shine them through the pages of The Game of Light. Look at that. And if I rotate light, they just move around. And this is so cool. And this is just the cover of the book. Okay, now I'll read the first page, which is actually a different orientation. There we go. See how the sun is white in the middle? That's where all 3 colors are mixing. It says, in the daytime, everything is bright. Next page. But at night, when you turn out the lights, looks like sort of like a boat on the water. So at night, when you turn out the light, flowers bloom on the ceiling. Ah, fish swim across the walls. Everything flies around. Oops, how do I get that? Faces
Light up the room. And a shooting star leads you to sleep. The end.
I really thought that was a fun way to read the game of light while playing a game with light. Another way we play with lights at the library, flashlights, is with colanders. You can see that. Give the kids a dark box, some flashlights, and different toys like this, and then they can explore some of the properties of light. My last book is a longer one. Oops. It's part of a series called Shine the Light, the Shine the Light book. If you like this type of nonfiction book, there are many others with different topics. Today I'm going to read on the construction site, but I also have at home Secrets of the Seashore and At the Library. And there are many, many more in the catalog. What you do is you read one of the pages in color. Let's see. And it asks you a question, so to say, what else do you think might be in this tide pool? And then take your flashlight and shine it behind the page, and you can see some hidden information is revealed. So, if you like the idea of reading one of these books with a flashlight handy, then ask for the Shine a Light. Ask us for a Shine a Light book. I'll turn my camera around and let's get going.
On the construction site, a Shine a Light book by Karen Brown and B. Johnson. Lots of traffic or construction cones, I guess, and papers. On the construction site, a tall skyscraper is being built. If you look closely around the construction site, through the steel beams and the concrete, you will find machines and people hard at work. Shine a flashlight behind the page or hold it up to the light to reveal what is hidden in and around the construction site. Discover a world of great surprises. People will live in this skyscraper when it's finished. Can you see the plans? There, we can see what's behind there. The blueprint. Architects and engineers work together to design the building. The plans show what it will look like. People watch as the area is cleared. What is this truck taking away? See what's in that truck? Looks like a bunch of rocks, maybe. Rumble! This dump truck is full of rocks and rubble. The back lifts up and tips to dump the load. Tall buildings need to stand on strong, solid ground. This means builders have to dig down to make the foundations. How many diggers can you see? Let's shine a light. Wow, there's one down there. There is a digger in the pit as well as on the surface. Their claws scoop out the earth and make a huge hole. The skyscraper's foundations are very, very deep. What is this machine doing? Let's shine a light in the ground. Oh, look at all these hidden pylons or columns or something. A pile driver is hammering steel poles into the bedrock. Steel is a strong metal. Bang, bang, bang. This cement mixer is making concrete for the foundations. What is going on inside it? It's getting all mixed up. Whoosh, whoosh. Water and cement whirl around and around in the drum. They mix together to make concrete. The foundations are leveled, ready for the concrete that forms the basement floor. Can you see which machines smooth out the ground? The top of it there. Bulldozers push aside earth to finish the foundations. They have flat tracks instead of wheels. Sweep, sweep. The frame, the frame of the skyscraper is built next. Workers on the ground guide crane operators who place the steel beams. Can you see how they talk to each other? It's like hand signals. Dump it down. The crane operator follows hand signals. Each signal means something different. And that one means down, down. An iron worker is fixing the beam in place. Can you see how? Sizzle, crackle. Metal melts at high temperatures. The iron worker welds or joins the beams by melting them together with a welding torch. He's got the helmet on there to protect the eyes. Floors are added to the metal frame. A layer of thin steel sheeting is laid onto the beams. What is added next? It's in the truck. People. Concrete is poured onto the floor. It will dry hard and flat. Carpets will be added after the walls have been painted. Scoosh. Oh, materials are needed at the top of the building. Nope. How do they get there? Oh, they're inside that little elevator thing. Up, up, up. A hoist full of steel beams goes up the tall tower like an elevator. The tower is joined to the building to keep it safe and steady. Glass is placed on the outside of the building. Can you see who's inside? Ooh, there they are. All kinds of people working in there. Busy, busy, busy. There are a lot of builders at work. The glass is tinted to shelter the people inside. Plumbers and electricians are adding water and electrical systems to the finished floors. Where are the pipes and wires? Let's see. There's the wires. There are the pipes. The pipes and wires are hidden behind the walls and under the floor. Buzz. A heavy steamroller drives over fresh asphalt to make a flat road. What is under the asphalt? Let's look under there. I see some roots way down there. And then a couple of layers of rocks. Let's see. Crunch. The road is made of many layers. There is earth, sand, and gravel under the asphalt. The road is soon being used by lots of people. What is inside those trucks? Furniture, boxes. Let's see this truck down here. Oh, looks like a ladder and buckets. One truck has a ladder, paint, and brushes to decorate the apartments. The other trucks have lots of boxes and furniture. Can you guess why? On the top floor, a family moves into their new home. What will the view be like? Look out the window. Wow, they're up so high. Wow. The skyscraper is complete, and now people live here. The workers and machines have moved to another site, ready to build again. I don't think there's anything to see back there now. Nope, that's the end. Now it just tells you more about the construction equipment we saw. We got the digger, the dump truck, pile driver, cement mixer, bulldozer, crane, hoist, and steamroller. The end. It's a Shine a Light book.
I hope you enjoyed this powerless story time, meaning this was all done completely by battery power or me powering up my phone with some solar cells, tiny solar cells I got for long backcountry trips. My electricity has been out for more than a day now, but I was not worried. I have my flashlights, and I have my books meant to be read by flashlight. Thanks for joining me today. Till next time. Bye.